Hi there, this is Advocate Prashant and welcome to my apartment law awareness series videos. In this video, I am going to talk about the most important aspect of the Uttar Pradesh Apartment Act, and this is very important for the knowledge of all those people who are planning to buy an apartment in a group housing or those who are already living in an apartment. So if you are planning to live or already living in an apartment complex, you should watch this video till end. So when I talk about the most important aspect of the Apartment Act, then as per the Honorable Allahabad High Court and as per my experience also, it is a document which is defined and declared or commonly known as Deed of Declaration or generally as Form A of the concerned group housing project. So what all information does this deed of declaration contain? That is very important for everyone to know, and especially if you are planning to buy an apartment. So this deed of declaration, as the word itself suggests, declaration. So this is actually a declaration that is given by the builder with respect to the land, the building, the common areas, the limited common areas, the independent areas, super area, carpet area, value of the apartment, percentage of the voting percentage of the of an apartment, of an individual apartment, and then also the proportionate share of the concerned apartment or the individual apartment in the land. So if you are an apartment owner, this deed of declaration will actually give you a blueprint, or say your rights and the right of other apartment owners in black and white in a written form over that or in that group housing project. So the deed of declaration or Form A is very much important, and you must seek it from your builder whenever you are going to purchase an apartment in a group housing project. This document or the deed of declaration will help you to know the exact or the correct information about the land. It will be giving the information about the area of the land, demarcation of the land, mode of conveyance, that whether the land has been taken on sale basis or on lease basis, and then it will give the area of the land. The second information which you can gather through this deed of declaration would be the total constructed area that the builder is planning to construct or has constructed, the total limited common area, the limited common area and independent areas. I will be talking about these different areas by the end of the video. So this deed of declaration actually contains 5 annexures, annexures A to F. The first annexure gives information about the details of the land of the building to which the declaration relates. The second annexure B, it contains the details of the apartments, means the apartment in which you are going to live or in which you are living. It has 9 columns, and the information given into this are in column. First information is with respect to the apartment number. What would be the number of the apartment? That is the identifiable number of the apartment. Then it will inform the number of rooms. Then the covered area, the most important aspect, that it declares the covered area. That is, covered area is an area which is your actual area inside your apartment. That is, once you enter inside the gate, how much area you are getting, but that will exclude the area of the walls within the apartment. Means, suppose you are going to get carpeting done in your apartment, then how much carpet can be will be utilized. That would be the covered area. It will also include the areas of the balconies and bathrooms also. The next thing that it gives information is the percentage of undivided share in land on the basis of covered area of the apartment. So your share in the land will be on the basis of the covered area. So suppose there are 10 apartments in on a land comprising of 100 square meter, and the covered area of each apartment is, let us say, 10 square meter only. So you will have a 10 square meter of your proportionate share area in the land, meaning thereby total number of apartment of the same size and divided by the land. So in this way, the next thing that it informs is the proportionate representation for voting purpose in the meeting of the association of apartment owners. So as per the Apartment Act, voting is done on percentage basis, and this percentage is calculated on the basis of the area of the apartment. Then next thing that is required is approved use, whether residential or commercial. Another thing that is required, the last thing, is the value of the apartment. So the value of the apartment is also required to be mentioned by the builder, so that the builder may not act in an arbitrary manner, that it may charge one person the same flat for x amount and to another person for x plus 1 or x minus 1 amount. So for this purpose also, to check this kind of practice, all these information is required to be given. The next annexure, which is annexed to the deed of declaration, is annexure C, and it gives details of the covered area of the apartment and total covered area of the common areas and facilities, limited common areas and facility. So covered area means, suppose it is common area may be parking, club, and the convenient shops. So whatever is covered by roof would come under the covered area. There may be common area or limited to common area, but that may be open to sky, like park or convention center or open sports facilities. But this talks about the covered area, means what has been constructed in the building. Then there is annexure D, which requires to give details of the common areas and facilities of the building to which the declaration relates. So common areas and facilities, the builder is declaring as common area, this has to be revealed into this. So it mandatorily includes the parcel of the land. Then second is the basement. Then third is facilities in the basement, and then parking facilities. Facilities on the ground floor, garden, lawns, children playing area, swimming pool, tennis court, badminton court, commercial area and facility, lobby and facilities, and any other facility. These are the common areas as per the annexure D, and the builder is only required to specify area in square meters. Then it also, common areas and facilities also includes located elevator, area of the shaft, elevator shaft, number of stairway A, number of stairway B. So in building, as per mandate of the fire department, there has to be 2 stairs. A flue extending from the incarcerator in the basement to the roof of the building, which has a hopper door in which one of the upper floor for the disposal of garbage and rubbish and will be fed from the janitor room of each of the upper floor. Number of water tank, these are the facilities. Elevator, penthouse with corresponding elevator, plumbing network throughout the building, electric wiring network throughout the building, necessary lights, telephones, public water connections, foundations and main walls, columns, girders, beams, and roofs of the building, tanks, pumps, motor, fans, firefighting equipments, compressor, duct, central air conditioning equipments, heating equipments, and generally all apparatus and installation existing for the common use. So the information with respect to all these common areas and facilities has to be given in annexure D. Now there is another annexure E, which gives details of the limited common area and facilities of the building to which the declaration relates. So first of all, I must clear here that what is a limited common area as opposed to a common area. See, there may be projects where there may be different types of flats or different sizes of flats or a demarcation in the same group housing society. Let us say that there are many projects which we have seen. There are apartments which are much bigger the size most of the apartments, like there are luxury apartments. So for those luxury apartments, there may be a different club area, there may be certain other recreational facilities, but such recreational facilities or such limited common areas has to be declared by the builder before the sales of the apartments. So this would be the declaration regarding the limited common area. Then there is annexure F, which talks about independent areas of the building. So there may be independent areas also which may be sold to an apartment owner. Now let us say that there is a ground floor apartments. They may have an extended balcony containing extended green area which may be converted into lawn by the ground floor owners. Or let us say that the roof may be declared as a terrace, may be declared as a independent area of the top floor occupant or the top floor owner of the top floor apartment. So these are certain example of independent area which may be declared by the builder, but the catch here is that it is subject to the declaration before the sale of the first apartment. So these are certain things which are mentioned in the deed of declaration, and it is very much important for the determination of the property rights of an apartment owner. It cannot be so that on the very first day there is no declaration and you are purchasing an apartment and thereafter the builder declares most of the things as independent area. So I would suggest or advise the viewer that if in case you are planning to purchase an apartment or you have already purchased an apartment, please do have a copy of your deed of declaration along with you so as to determine your rights in the apartment. Because see, these apartment buildings are not forever. After 100 year or 200 year and they will become irreparable, and then there would be a requirement of redevelopment. Then only through this deed of declarations your rights would be determined, because the information that is given in the deed of declaration, that is not generally available in the conveyance deed, that is your sale deed or lease deed. Your carpet area may not be given there exactly. Your right, your proportionate right in the land may not be given there in your sale or sublease deed. So if there is a case of redevelopment at a later stage, or if the authorities where the land has been given on lease basis, there may be relocation of these group housings. So at that time these document or this deed of declaration would be required, because it determines the property right of each and every apartment owner in the given group housing society. So that is all that I have to share with you with respect to deed of declaration. Hope this video or the knowledge shared herein may have helped you. Please do like my this video, subscribe to my channel, and please do share this with your friends. Thank you so much.